Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Thursday, June 2nd slate of NBA and MLB action. Yes, I'm super excited to dive into it because we do have the finals game one going to be on today. I'm super stoked about that. Truly, you guys have no idea. This is genuinely one of my favorite times of the year. Not only playoffs just in general, but especially when it comes to the finals, man. I love the finals so much. And so hopefully it does end up being a good one. I really don't want any blowouts. Obviously, I would love, let's say if it was like a 7-game series per se, I would love for it to be I would love for at least 5 of the games to be close. I think that would make for a pretty good series. So that is kind of what I'm going. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. But obviously, I have no control over it whatsoever. I will also go ahead and give a quick, kind of a rundown of how I think that things are going to go. Like in regards to the series in general, who I think is going to win, stuff like that. I will get into it a little bit later into the video. But I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Once again, you guys, thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. Now, the only other thing I wanted to address was I had so many issues trying to get my computer reset back up. I also had something very close to me and my family happen, so I have been kind of struggling to get my PC kind of put back together. It's been having some weird issues with the LAN cable and the way that the mic is being set up. Like the LAN cable is not being recognized, and I've tried like 2 or 3 different ones and they're all just not working. So I'm hoping that it's not a port in my PC or something. I don't really know. And the mic is having a bunch of different issues when it comes to actually like recording and talking into it. So I hope that that's nothing too serious. I really don't want to replace my mic. It's definitely not super cheap. So I would love to keep my mic, but I'm going to keep messing around with it, and hopefully it does have no issues here soon. But for right now, we're still going to be recording on the MacBook, so I do apologize about the quality of the video, but I still did want to go ahead and get a video out here for you guys. So we'll go ahead and do a quick recap as of yesterday, and then we'll go ahead and dive into today's plays. We do have 1 play from the NBA Finals Game 1, and then we do have 2 plays from the MLB as well. So we'll go ahead and do a quick recap. As of yesterday, we did have just 2 MLB plays. Like I said, I wanted to manage my bankroll just a little bit before the finals did end up starting, and we had the Mets team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. That one unfortunately did not work out for us. Neither team scored until like the 6th inning, and then of course the Mets scored 4. So it was just bad luck. But so that one did not end up working out for us. Then we had Arizona and Atlanta under 9 runs. Arizona they scored 6 runs, but Atlanta didn't score any, so it ended up working out for us. The final run count was 6, so that was pretty solid. We did end up winning that one for sure. So ended up going 1-1, losing a little bit of juice, but at the same time, we at least didn't do a reverse sweep and lose them all. So let's go ahead and dive into today's plays, though. So we will obviously start with the NBA Finals play. And this is going to be a play that we have been running it back on here pretty consistently for most of the playoffs. And I think that truly it's just a great spot. And let's go ahead and dive into it. Jason Tatum over 7.5 rebounds at -105 odds. Now, I think that this is a great spot for a couple different reasons. First things first. He has gone over in 4 straight versus Miami in their last series. So he has been really good at crashing the glass here recently. And I don't really expect that to change at all. I think that it's going to be much of the same, especially when it comes to just grabbing rebounds in general. I do think that it is going to be a little bit tougher for Jason Tatum to score because he is going to have a guy like Draymond Green on him. Not saying that anybody on the Heat definitely wasn't a hard task, but I do think that having an elite defender like Draymond Green on him is going to make it a little bit tougher for him to score. So I think that that is going to hinder his points in general, but I think his rebounds in general is still in a really good spot. He has also hit this over in 4 straight games versus Golden State. So I do think that that plays a pretty big role into it too. He's been really good against this Golden State team. And I just truly think that that's a very good spot for him. Sorry, I'm trying to look up one more thing real quick. So, um, let's see. Sorry. So, anyway, with all that being said, I do think that it is a really good spot for him. He's went over in his last 4 games. He's went over in 4 straight versus Golden State. Also, both of these teams are top 2 in defensive efficiency. Boston is the best team in the NBA in defensive efficiency. Golden State's second. So both these teams are very elite defensive teams. We should be seeing a ton of misses between these two teams. And the over-under as of right now is 212.5, which is a lot higher than in the last series when Boston was taking on Miami. You were looking at a whole, what is it, like 13, 14 point up in the over-under. So you're seeing a 13, 14 point increase to the over-under. So it's supposed to be a lot faster pace, and I think that that is going to be a very key factor for this bet because these two teams are just going to be, well, especially the Golden State, they play at a very fast pace. So, or at least, a lot faster than the Celtics. So I think that that is going to be our one play of the day for the NBA. Jason Tatum over 7.5 rebounds at -105 odds. Now for our MLB play of the day, we're going to be taking the Twins money line here versus Detroit at -130 odds. Now this one is just because of line movement, and it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. First things first, Minnesota is 13-11 on the road, so they are a little bit better on the road, or they are, they're winning more often than not on the road, but they have lost 3 games this series versus Detroit. They're 1-3, and they're still favored, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. Obviously, Detroit has been winning these games here recently, so why are they still favored? But as a favorite this year, Minnesota is 24-13, and following a loss, they are 12-9. So they don't really go on losing streaks very often. So I think they can turn it around. Also, Detroit is 14-15 at home, losing more often than not, and 7-8 as a home underdog. And following a win, which, like I said, they did just have here recently, they're 8-11 following a win. So I think we see a ton of value here for the for Minnesota. Hopefully, it does end up working out for us, and it's really not just a trap. I just feel like a lot of people are going to be on Detroit, and it's going to go in the opposite direction. So hopefully, that one does end up working out for us. So our third and final play of the day is in the MLB once again, and it is going to be the Angels and Yankees under 8.5 runs at -110 odds in game number 2. So this is going to be in the second game, not the first game, but we're taking the under. And the reason being is because the Yankees at home, they are 13-12 to the under, so they do go under a little bit more often than not at home. Definitely not a huge, not like a huge, like a huge edge, but it is a little bit of one. Also, as a favorite this year, the Yankees are 25-20 to the under, and this is going to be the second leg of a doubleheader, and the Yankees are 2-0 to the under on the second leg of a doubleheader. Now, I am worried about this bet from the Angels side of things. Their stats are very contradictory, but it has to go one way or the other. And I think this is going to be a good spot for them on the second leg of a back-to-back to go under. So that's what we're going to be riding with. Also, the Angels as an underdog, they are 6-6 to the under. So not a huge edge, but hopefully that is a little bit of one. So that is going to do it for today's video. I think that I am going to talk really quick about the series just in general when it comes to Boston and Golden State. So here's how I think it's going to go. I do think in game 1, I do think the Warriors are going to win, and I think that they're going to win by close to double digits. I don't think it'll hit double digits. I think it'll finish right around like 7, 8, somewhere in that range. I think that it is going to be a little bit bigger of a win. But then after that, I do think that the Boston Celtics are going to end up winning the series. I think that they'll end up winning in probably 6 games is what I'm going to go with. I just think that this Boston team is very tremendous from top to bottom, and obviously so are the Warriors. I mean, they made it here. They're definitely in a great spot. I just think that I think this is the time of the Celtics. I really do. I think that, the Warriors, they've won a ton of titles here in the last like decade, and I think that it's time for the Celtics to get one. So that is going to be my official prediction for the series. I do think it is going to be Boston in 6. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers, so make sure that you guys are subbed. But that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.